So yeah. Okay, we are looking at the real pills. Who's playing Lucio on defense? Oh, did they fix this? Oh my god, they fixed it. They fixed it! Yes. I am actually very happy that they fixed that. It was making things a lot more difficult. Alright. Nah, also, yeah. So, we're gonna play Lucio here. What is your goal, what is your role going to be playing Lucio in this comp? Well, you've got to move the tanks around. That's the most important. Also, if someone goes hard for your Ana or your Widow, you can peel for them too. Like, Lucio is pretty good at peeling. I don't actually know what rank this is, by the way. I'm sorry, it was not included. Can we figure that out? I don't think we can, but just in case. Doesn't look like it. Nope. Man, yeah, let's high chart. So I don't know what rank this is, but in general, the idea is you playing Lucio in this comp are going to want to move your tanks around. So where are your tanks? Behind you, okay. So no reason not to be with them. But I think it's fine where you are right now. Like, being in the middle of your team is usually good because you can speed everyone, you can boot people who come for your Ana, etc, etc. You're just rolling around, and by the way, Pills, if you're in chat, do let me know your result so we can fix the little thing at the top. You're just waiting. This is... you should be with your... Like, there is no reason for you not to be with your Ana and your right. Oh, hey, you're in chat. So yeah, if you can let me know your result, we'll fix the symbol. You should be with your Ryan and with your Ana and just shoot at them. Lucio's left click doesn't actually have any drop off, so you can just spam it in any direction and you get value. But most importantly, you can move your tanks around faster when they decide to go aggressive or go defensive, and you can protect your Ana with your boop. No reason to be in heal either. That's decent. So yeah, we're watching out. Boop the okay, nice. That's fine. I don't think we needed to amp there. No one was in immediate danger. Like, hold on. Like here, this is fine, this is fine. You move the Genji, which is good. Again, the most important thing is that you peel for your Ana, because you want to keep your Ana alive. So that's fine. I don't think we needed to amp here. Like, you used amp, and no one's really missing a lot of health. So I don't like this amp, but other than that, you'll be doing okay. You're shooting, you're booping, that's fine. We are still in heal, though we should not be in heal. Like, I want to say most of the time you want to be on speed, because speed is what makes Lucio different than anyone else. If you have speed, then your tanks can rush forward and chase them off the high ground. If you don't have speed, then your tanks are going to take this much slower. Also, your Widow died to the Zarya. Where was your Widow? Was she taking an off flank? An off angle? I don't know. She was just in the ground. Okay. That's not your fault. Good boop. Don't worry about your McCree. Again, though, if you had been on speed most of the time, your McCree might have been able to get out. But he was overextending as well. Like, your Rhine is contesting the point, so everyone should be with your Rhine. Yep, there you go to your Rhine. And you're still on healing, you should be on speed most of the time. Speed is what makes Lucio different from other supports. If we just wanted area of effect, like low area of effect healing, Brigitte would be a lot better. She has more area healing, and she's got the packs, which are really good, and she can stand and boop. So Brigitte would be better, or we could go for Baptiste, or we could go for Moira, right? Moira. Lucio is not that good at healing. Lucio is, in fact, I believe, one of the worst healers in the game. Like, he does the same amount of healing as Zen, but AoE. Out of the AoE healers, he's probably on par with Brig, except that Brig can do more things at once. Because Lucio can speed and heal at once, while Brigitte can stun, heal, give packs, do damage, everything at once. Yorena dies. And again, I want to point this out. Speed is very important. You are on heal most of the time, but speed will get your team out alive more often. I told him I would speed if we get a pick. That's not the right idea. We should just speed most of the time, because here, if you were on speed, then you might have helped your Ana get out, right? If instead of healing, you were on speed, your Ana can get out like 30% faster. and your healing is not going to keep her alive. I believe Lucio's AoE is only 30 healing per second, whereas a charged Zarya has like 180 damage per second, which is, you know, like 6 times more. Instead, if you had sped your Ana out instead of trying to kill her, she could have made it out alive. Like, look, she actually did all of this before she died. You could have another an extra 30% for her to be on safety, and you are instead trying to heal her. Lucio's biggest advantage is definitely speed, it's not healing. You'll probably that here too. I think your idea with boops is good. You're trying to boop people who get close to your support, like mostly your Ana, which is fine. And you're kinda trying to stay close to your Rhine, which is fine, but you got the idea of Lucio wrong. The whole idea of Lucio is speeding, not healing. You should be on speed like 90%. I don't want to say 90, but like, let's just say 80% of the time. Because if we're going aggressive, then your team can chase people a lot easier when speed, right? Like, let's look at this. Normally, if your Rhine goes forward and the Zarya runs away, we can never catch her. If you have Lucio, we move like 30% faster, so our Rhine can catch the Zarya pretty easily. If you're on defense, getting out 30% faster will be a lot more valuable than 30 healing per second. So speed is very important, whether we're going in or we're going out. If we're moving, if anyone in your team is moving to go aggressive or go defensive, you should be speeding them around, especially like these three. Maybe McCree as well, but mostly Ana when she is in danger, and Ryan and Zarya when they're going aggressive. Or, well, Ryan and Zarya when they're going defensive as well. But against their comp, they're probably not going to go defensive. So, very important, speed your Ana out, speed your tanks. Speed McCree if you can, because he can move with your tanks and do a lot of damage if he's with your tanks. Other than that, yeah. Like, your idea is good, your positioning is fine. I think you could be wall riding a little bit more, but that's fine. And thus far, yeah, the biggest thing is that you have not made use of speed a lot, or at all, really. I have Trace instead of Widow, and this is fight, just try to get out. And even when you are trying to get out, you are still on healing, which is not good. You just want to get out as fast as possible. You are not, as Lucio, you are not going to out heal Tracer, Wrecking Ball, and Zarya. Instead, there you go. You should try to get out as fast as possible. Which is what you did there, and you got out, which is fine. Our team's still dead because no one could get out faster. And you could have helped with that too, honestly. Like, I want to point this out, hold on. Lucio usually wants to play with the team. Unless you're Reddit Lucio, but you have to be really, really, really good to be Reddit Lucioing. Your team is trying to get out this way, while you are just go out main. Which, again, to me just speaks kind of a little bit of a selfish style of play. The same way when you did the amp at the beginning because you were missing 20 health and Ana wasn't healing you. Don't do that. Like, Lucio is a team hero. Unless you're playing Reddit Lucio, but again, you have to be incredibly good at Lucio to play Reddit Lucio. In any case, why not help your Ana out? Like, where is your Ana? She's over here, right? Like, yeah, look at this. Your Ana and your Zarya are trying to get out. Either way, they're probably going to go over there. But you do get out by yourself. A little slower than I would have liked because we didn't speed until we were like over here. And then your team just dies to these guys camping the entrance. Oh, thank you for the sub, Kefashmolik. I hope I said that right. It's very much appreciated. Yeah. If we were splitting our team out, they would be like, they did all of this, they would already be out at least, and we could be doing damage rather than being stuck on a small choke. These two are dead, like nothing you can do here. You could have helped them speed out, but at this point the fight is lost, just regroup. Or go speeding back into the fight if you want. Like with Lucio, you have the advantage that you can go back. We have Zarya and Ana, who are both very slow heroes, and we want them to be back in the fight fast. Like, Ryan is not going to survive by himself. So you could just go back, and as soon as they spawn, just bring them back by yourself. Because you can give them that speed boost. like I said earlier, you're not getting a ton of value out of your speed. And you could be getting a ton more value out of your speed. Instead, we are just basically healing on top of our tanks, which is decent positioning, but you're basically only heal bolting on Lucio. Whereas Lucio is probably the most intriguing character in terms of, well, speeding people around. Yeah, we don't need amp yet. Like, you are amping because you are at 100 and something health. Hold on. So we're at 90 health. 100 when you press amp. Why are we amping? You're not gonna die. Like, no one's chasing you right now. And you're in a safe position. You're also Lucio, the fastest hero in the game. You can just roll climb away. No one's gonna kill you. Why are we amping when we don't need it? This is, I believe, the third time you try to amp when you didn't need it. Well, let's just say second time you amped only for yourself. One time you amped when you were trying to save your Ana, but it was the wrong amp. You amped healing instead of amping speed. Which, you know, again, not the right idea. That's a good boop. Like, your boops have been pretty good. Like, your boops on Wrecking Ball and Genji have been pretty solid when it comes to peeling. Careful with the mines behind you. But yeah, we get the fight. Win the fight. Alright, let's just regroup. And now you can be on healing if you want, because even with your speed boost, Tracer is uncatchable basically. You can go kill her by yourself though. He died, okay. 2R Tracer. Here, just go back. Hello, Hydro. I hope that's Hydro. It has to be Hydro. So we just heal people a little bit. That's okay. Now we are on speed. After all of that, you're on speed now, where no one is really going aggressive, going defensive, repositioning. We are just kind of on speed now to try to help the Zarya, but this is not a ton of value. Is the first option? Yeah, it's Hydro. Okay. I'm okay with this heal. Like, healing here is fine because your team is not going aggressive, your team is not going defensive, we are just holding a position. So being on heal here is fine. You should beat this. You should absolutely beat this. Okay, we do beat it. That's a good beat. And why are we on heal? Again, no one is really missing a ton of health, and everyone with Ryan has speed. You should be speeding your team forward now. Like, even amp speed, so that we kill the Genji easier, so we can speed on the Ryan, on the Tracer, on the Zenyatta, right? There is no reason for you to be on healing right now. Like, literally no reason. Like, your entire team has speed, or at least everyone here has speed. We don't need healing right now, just speed forward. We kill the Genji, we can speed here, we kill the Genji, we drop on the Zenyatta, we kill the Zenyatta, we kill the Ryan. Instead you get out. Like, if you help your team, these guys are dead. Like, Zarya, Ana, if you are helping them instead, these guys should be dead. We also have, I think, McCree, but McCree died to the pulse bomb. Which, by the way, we could have avoided if we had just sped the McCree around. So a good beat, but like, we killed 2 of them, which is really good. And then McCree kinda is just standing there and he just takes the pulse bomb. Which, unfortunate, but I don't think you could have actually saved them. I take it back. But look at these guys. You go Tracer, Zarya, Ana. And with you, 4 people against a Zenyatta with 50 HP and a Rhine at half HP with no healing. You guys could kill them. We all just have to speed onto them, and because you're not here, we cannot. Instead, you just drop behind them, and you're kind of trying to dual Tracer. You even, again, amp heal for yourself. So what I'm noticing a lot is basically, you don't speed. You basically just don't speed. Like here, you just drop, you lose a little bit of speeding, but then you just heal back again. And you're missing 50 health, and you amp healing. Which is absolutely not necessary. So right now, speed more, and save amp for when it is actually necessary. Amp is a very, very valuable cooldown. And it's a very, hold on. It's a very long cooldown. We should, this speed is fine. We're trying to go into the Ryan there, Zenyatta, but this is late. We should have done it earlier. I think the fight is still winnable because you got full health and Ryan has got full health, so we could kill the Ryan pretty easily. And I believe that yeah, Tracer is with us. Tracer's over there, but it doesn't matter. The whole point is, if we had done this while we had 4 people here against 2 people, we could have killed these 2 people very easily. Whereas we are killing them now, but now they have 4 people. That one should be dead. Yep. And we do still win the fight, don't get me wrong. But it's basically the same problem I've noticed all along, where you are healing a lot and not speeding your team forward enough. And your peel is good. I honestly did not expect to see peel. That was pretty solid for a Lucio. I don't know what rank you are, I'm sorry. But I put that because it's kind of like, it's a little higher than average, but you know, close to the average. Good kill. But in the case, yeah, the general idea is your peel is good, especially with your poops. Your poops are really good. Your move is 3.1. Let's move that up then. Your peeling is good, your movement's pretty solid, but the biggest thing I'm noticing is that we are not using speed enough. And our arms are a little bit on the low value side, but speed is a bigger problem for me. Because that's what Lucio is all about. If we wanted to just have like a little AoE healing and a lot of peel, we would play Brig. Because Brig is better at peel, she can do more damage than Lucio, with a whip that does 70 damage. She can do more healing, her ultimate is just incredible. Like, beat is pretty solid, but Rally lasts a lot longer. Like, Rally can change you a whole team fight. And she's got 2 options for peeling, not only 1. She's got the whip and she's got the stun. And of course, she also has a shield, which is also really good. So yeah, if we wanted to be playing a little AoE killing, high peel hero, we could be playing Brigitte and getting more value. If we wanted to be playing an AoE healer with more healing, we could be playing Baptiste or Moira, who both have decent mobility as well. Not to the level of Lucio, of course, but they both have decent mobility. They have more AoE healing than Lucio, and in Baptiste's case, he has like a ton of damage output in comparison to every support but Zenyatta. So it's not that you're playing badly, by the way, you're doing alright. But you could be doing more, you could be getting a lot more value for the hero you're playing. Because Lucio is all about the speed. He's kind of like Sonic, gotta go fast. That's you. You have to go fast. You're basically trying to get your team to go fast, either forward or backwards. And this speed is fine. Like, why are we dropping? Let's just assume that was a mistake. You didn't want to drop, you're trying to climb back up immediately, so. We should not be going in here. You fell off? Yeah, I thought so. That's fine. Okay. Bustio, okay. You're still dead here. Maybe not, but like, don't go aggressive is my point. You do kinda go aggressive. We may, yeah, we just die. I was gonna say, we may be able to get away, but we just kinda die. Yeah, don't go aggressive with Lucio. Especially not into their team. Like, if you want to go for someone who's isolated, like kinda ready Lucio, like if they have like a Widow over here and just like, oh yeah, I can just speed out of the door and get the Widow. I'm okay with that, kinda ready Lucio, but you can take a 1v1 against most DPS and be okay, because Lucio is very difficult to hit. But don't go into their tanks, basically. Like, the tanks will eat you for lunch. Most tanks don't need a high aim, like high mechanical aim, like Vine Swings, AoE Cleave, Monkey Auto Aim. Zarya has a beam that's basically half of the size of your character. Sigma has AoE. It's a little more difficult, but it still has AoE, and he can hit the rock on you very easily. Most tanks will just kill you if you go into them. Which is kind of what happened here. We tried to get past the Ryan, even though you're nanoed, you tried to get past the Ryan and into the backline to kill this Zenyatta, but you just die because it's faster tanks. In any case, like, the fight was probably lost at that point because we lost Ryan and they trans, and yeah. In the case, yeah. I think we have a recontest here. Maybe not a recontest, maybe just a stall. Never mind, we just die, okay. That's okay. Let's go back to you. Alright, so what are we doing? We are standing behind the tanks. your flashing speed. I will say this. Do you know why pros flash like you? If you look at high ranked Lucio players, do you know why they flash speed and heal all of the time? Because it makes it harder to hit when they're on the wall. It's not just I want to do a little healing, I want to do a little speed. That's not the reason. The reason is the intricate speed difference when you are spamming it makes you harder to hit. And surviving is really good on Lucio because you can be alive to speed your team forward and backwards when the team needs it. You can do decent damage. Not as good as this, not as good as Zenyatta, but Lucio is actually probably the third highest DPS output when it comes to support. He does this amount of damage. But yeah, it's not that I want to do like point, like if you flash them, you are doing like 0.5, well, let's say on 0.5 of a second, half a second, you are doing 15 healing. This is nothing. If you like spend half of your time on speed, half of your time on heal, while you're riding the walls, like it's not for healing and it's not for speed. It's not going to be meaningful in any way, but it makes you harder to kill, especially like before the fights. If you are in the middle of a fight that's broken out, you can amp heal, you can amp speed, either to get your team out or get your team up forward. But between fights, yeah, there's no reason not to spam it a little bit between climbing the wall so you are harder to hit. And again, like, why are we just healing the Rhine? Your heal doesn't do a lot to the Rhine. You should be speeding your Rhine out because they don't have a Lucio. They basically have no one who can catch up to your Rhine. We can just speed the Rhine backwards. He can get full healed and we can speed the Rhine forwards again. And we basically just create a huge advantage if your Rhine. It requires for certainly you need coordination with your Rhine for your Rhine to be able to get out while you're speeding him out, but their Rhine will never do damage and your Rhine can just shield a little damage and he can get healed by Ana and then we can just go back in and kill everything. We amp heal here. We should be amp heal. Little late on that. You could have gotten beat if you had like amp heal right away. Hold on, look at your team. First and first, we also don't have like a Roto which is coming back. But we should be speeding Ryan back here, so like I said, speed important. Here you should amp heal right away. Because everyone's gonna need it. And if you heal your Ryan enough, you can get beat here. That's my line of thought. Like you're on 90%, if you just amp heal right away, you can get beat. And of course keep doing damage. You actually died with 98. If you had used this a little earlier, we could have gotten beat. Just maybe you would have died by trying to use beat, but I think if you had gotten it and managed to use it, it was a salvageable fight. Instead, half of our team is dead. But again, I just want to emphasize the value of speed. That this would not have happened if we had just spared the Rhino. That's it. Because your Rhine was very low, but if you speed him out, then your Rhine can just get healed by Arana on a position where he's not taking a ton of damage from like the Rhine and the Zarya. And we can re-engage with the cooldowns because the advantage of having Lucio is that we can set the pace of the engagement. If like they don't have a Lucio, so if we want to get out, we can just get out with the speed. We get out with the speed, we wait 3 or 4 seconds, and we go back in with the speed. That's the whole point of Lucio. And that's why a lot of people, well, no, that's not the only reason, but that's why usually you want to play, if you're playing Rhine Zarya into Rhine Zarya, Lucio can literally win you the game, having a Lucio. Because if the Rhine Zarya is standing here, then you can be like, okay, well, we are low on resources, so we just get rid, and they can never catch up to us. And when we are full on resources again, we go back in. Or, if they are low on resources and they try to get out, we don't let them get out, because we have the speed advantage. So if you're playing Brawl into Brawl, having a Lucio is basically having infinite life, so long as your team is coordinated while getting out. So long as they also don't have Lucio. But the general idea is, if we have Lucio and we are taking these engagements and re-engagements correctly, try to communicate with my Rhine to speed in. Here, speed out. Or if you mean right now, yeah, we just have to go. We can wait a little bit, but. And again, we use some speed. He didn't say anything about. Okay, that's unfortunate for sure. You do really want to coordinate with your Rhine, which is it's bad if he's not responding. But yeah, that's not your fault. You're trying your best. But also, yeah, speed around a little more. Even if your Rhine is not responding, if you see him going in, speed him in. If you see him going out, speed him out. In the case here, I hate that you're using Amp Heal, because we are gonna need amp speed to dash the point, help your team get to the point. B, and we do manage to get out, which is fine, but I would have rather used amp speed out. And yeah, we lose Rothog while coming in, we lose, well, we get shattered, we lose Soldier. Titrans, and this is a lost fight. Too long no read. Do I think you guys are losing because of you? No, I think you're doing alright. But I don't think that you're doing alright is the best you can do. You could getting a lot more value if you were using speed more often. So I think that in regards to your team, you're doing alright. Like you're probably not carrying but not throwing. Like in the middle of the fact, right? But when it comes to the amount of value you're getting for the character you're playing, you're not getting a ton of value for the character you're playing. EA Lucio gets a ton of value with speed, being able to move people around. Zenyatta gets value with Discord and damage, right? So I'll be looking for you to actually do damage on this one, not just move your team around and do a little healing. And peel, well, again, your peel was like on Lucio. Your peel was on point. Your peel was really good. This was the best part of your gameplay, which is very important. You try to keep your Rhino alive as much as possible. You play on point, which is fine. We should play behind the payload. Yep. Doing damage to scratch behind the payload. Sten has self-heal, I'm sure now, but well, self-heal. He's got shields with regen and also the payload regens. So just crouch behind the payload to make your there you go, yeah. Hitbox smaller, I was gonna say, but you just crouch anyway. That's good. Like, and yeah, you have the orb on your monkey, which is fine. Well, dropping, careful. Now we have to be behind the payload again. We don't want people getting close to us. We hide for a second. This is fine. We should charge. Yep. Oh, that's unlucky. Just get out. Get out. Get out. You don't want to be close. Just if you have to take a few steps to play around this, feel free to do it. Doing damage though is good. And yeah, we just let the Ryan get too close. Hello, Alandiel. Like I said, we don't want to be this close. Like, if you're gonna go for aggressive plays, just charge or right click when you're here, pick out, throw it, and get back out immediately. We don't want to stay here because the tanks are just here. In fact, I would say if you want to go very aggressive, you can even take a whole flank behind them. Because over here it's a lot harder for them to kill you than over there when you are right next to the tanks. Like, look how aggressive we're going into the Ryan's face, right? Of course, the Ryan's is gonna be like, oh, it's a Zenyatta, out of position, I'm just gonna kill him, and you just die. So again, I don't dislike the idea of trying to keep up doing damage. You're trying to get value with your damage, but be careful. Zenyatta is basically a sniper. You want to be as far away as from the enemy as you can allow. And in this case, if you want to go aggressive, if they want to send the flank, why does he not have footsteps, lol? If you want to go aggressive, I'd recommend giving them the smallest opportunity possible to chase after you. So, charge a right click, throw your right click, get out. And I don't encourage like same flankiata a lot of the time, but in this case where you are already in this bad of a position, you can take a flank. No, that would be too strong. Okay. So we're spamming. That's fine. Where we, like, you should always have your armor of harmony on someone. Even if they're not taking damage right now, there is no point on not having it because it's a free resource. So put it on Monkey, put it on McCree, put it on Zarya. I'll put it on McCree because he's going to have Hexa. He's going to be out of line of sight of your Ana, so I put it on McCree right now. But now he's out of your... No, it's not. Just put it on McCree. Put it on your Monkey. Put it on... There is no reason not to have used it earlier. There is no reason not to use it right now. I know you may be saving it for the Monkey, but it doesn't have a cooldown. Just use it. Just keep it on your Zarya, keep it on your McCree, keep it on your Tracer, keep it on your Ana. The ideal target here is Tracer, but if you can't get to the Tracer, there is no reason not to give it to McCree, to Zarya. It's a free resource, basically. Genji above us. With Discord to Genji, that's fine. We try to melt the Rhine, that's also fine. Doing damage, careful the high noon, yep, okay. So let's just call that bad awareness, but you know what? It's fine. I'm more concerned about the fact that you didn't put your harmony in anyone. Still though, your team is winning. And we got, well, not winning anymore, sad, but just wait, just wait. Just wait for your team. Put your harmony on McCree, that's fine. Just wait for your team though. They're only coming now. Your team is not waiting for your team, which is very unfortunate. Like, these guys are just dying for no reason. But that's not on you, that's not your fault. So, nothing to say there. And now you're going very aggressive. And this I'm worried about because they have a Genji who can just chase you very easily. And he's like right there. We get the bubble, which is unfortunate. We should not be getting the bubble, but it's fine. Hey, we're actually grouping up. Don't poke though. Like, don't poke. Poking before, like, you already have trance as well. Poking before the fight only gives them a chance to kill you. And it's not like you need all charge. Like, if you needed all charge and you were like, they have blade, I have to get trance, I'll be like, okay, yeah, we have to get trance. But in this case, you basically already have trance. And you took out, it wasn't a lot of damage, but imagine if they had like a McCree right here, which we didn't know about, and he just gets a headshot on you and kills you, or Zenyatta gets a volley on you and kills you, or we get Firestruck, or Baptista's a lot of damage. There are a lot of possibilities for you to kill, for you to be killed when you poke before the fight happens. So Monkey's gonna have to primal, yep, that's okay. We don't want to drop here. We drop here, which is like, I cannot state how much I dislike this. Where are we going? I think you're trying to go like behind the payload, but there is no reason you shouldn't just have drop from the other side. This just makes you very vulnerable. Or you're just trying to do damage, which is also making you very vulnerable. So we trance. We try to kill the Zarya, she bubbles, we kill the Zarya, that's good. Now we managed to push. And again, good trance on the grab. It was basically only you and Zarya, but again, it's fine. Like, our reaction trance into grab is fine. They have blade now, which we should look out for, but also they went McCree. Sorry, they went Hanzo from McCree, so we should be even more careful about peeking before the fight happens. Great kill, that's a great headshot. You probably would have lost this fight if not for this headshot. And that should be a fight one. Nice. Yeah, this headshot wins you the fight. So that was well done. That's fine. That's that fight. Well, pretty shit today. Could you motivate me to do my daily comp matches? I can tell you I believe in you. That's about as far as do something fun. My motivation goes as far as I believe in you doing good. Because you're actually a really good player. But other than that, you have to find your own motivation. Like, I don't know enough about you to motivate you. Maybe like if you win 5 matches, you can get like a treat, a chocolate, chips, glasses, like a kind of Coke. I don't know what motivates you. You can, I don't know, watch that movie you've been trying to watch. I don't know what motivates you. I can tell you. I think you're good enough, and you should do your matches because you're probably. I would expect you to win most of them, but you know that doesn't always happen. You're running something forward. You're moving forward. That's okay. You should. Yeah, I was gonna say you should be on the page with your Ana. But I think moving forward here is alright. Where is the rest of your team? 1, 2, 3. Oh, she's over there. That actually did help a lot. Oh, I'm glad it did. That's okay. We should, again, this is fine, but we should always be watching behind you. Because the Genji, where's the Genji? He was just over there. Where did he go? Oh, he's in front behind his team now. Oh, yeah. But just in case. That's a freak. Don't worry so much about reloading here. I really had that chocolate. Oh no. Like, this is a good spam right click. You put the Discord on the right, which is a good target. Your Discord here is on Zarya. We change it to Tracer. Here, I will put it on Ryan because he's the one who's gonna need it most likely. Yeah, and at this point, you are like kind of reloading, doubting between reloading and trying to heal the Rhine. So you go for just trying to heal your Rhine. Always try to Discord the enemy first because, again, if you Discord, your team gets 30% more, well, 25 now, percent more damage, right? Which is 25% for everyone in your team, not just for one. Whereas your Harmony Orb, I believe that's 30. I can double check that actually. Zenyatta. Let me just double check real quick. Orb of Harmony, yeah, that's 30 healing per second. It is 30 healing per second. So, like I said with Lucio, it is very low, and it is not even AoE, so it's even worse than Lucio. Trying to heal your Vine for 30 healing a second is gonna do nothing. It is a 30 healing is at 10% of your Vine's health. 30, no, it's a 5% actually. He's got basically 600 with armor. On the other hand, if we all do more damage to the enemy Rhine, we can kill him easier. And we may be able to save our Rhine based solely on being able to kill the enemy Rhine faster. But honestly, overall, your gameplay on Zenyatta is not bad either. Do I think you could be getting more value from your Harmony? Yes, like the same way I thought you could be getting a lot more value with your Amps on Lucio. Like, this is good. Killing your Ana is the right idea, even though your Rhine is low. Ana can get you a lot more value than Rhine, but and the Discord is in the right place. And the Rhine does do a charge, which again you would not have changed with your Harmony Orb. We just keep healing the Ana. The too long don't read, I believe, is that we need to focus on getting the most value possible for our hero. And on Zenyatta, the most value possible is Discord. And don't get me wrong, Harmony is a free resource and you should always have it on someone at least. But Discord and damage are your focus. Wait for your Rhine. We have 2 more fights, we should wait for a Rhine. Again, be careful when poking like this because they have a Hanzo who can just one-shot you. Harmony's on Tracer, that's fine. She recalls, that's fine. We take damage, that's okay. We should absolutely get out of line of sight of that, which we do, which is fine. Right. Transit late, which is unfortunate. I thought you were saving it for Grab Dragons, which is coming soon, or Blade, which is coming soon. Here, it's just late. If you're going to use it to save Ryan, use it as soon as he loses armor. Because as soon as he loses armor, he's basically dead. Burst damage in the game is really, really high right now. So I would be using it now if you're going to use it to save Ryan. I would be honestly saving it for Grab Dragons because otherwise we just lose to Grab Dragons. Like, we have nothing else to do against Grab Dragons. So that's a little late, which... And your hands is not going to get a ton of value either. And the grab, which is good for us, honestly. Like, I think the fight was lost from the moment our Vine died. Because their Vine's alive. We do at least get them to use most ultimates, which is solid. We're regrouping. Again, be careful when poking. It's fine to like, if you have your team, it's fine to poke because and they also no longer have answer, so you're probably at least not gonna get one shot. So again, this can do 120 damage, and more if you're discorded, which you were until just now. Looking for Genji, great headshot. Like this has been good. Like I think you've killed the Genji 3 times like this, which is solid. We have one last engagement. Clean the Tracer, good idea. Now your Tracer can participate in the fight. Discording the enemy Rhine, again, the right idea. You harmony your Rhine because your Tracer's lost a thing, which is again, good idea. And looks like we're gonna win this fight, which is good. And again, Discord has been making a big difference in these fights. And of course, you're just killing the Genji is also making a big difference. So there have been 2 fights where you have killed the Genji early in the fight and made help your team win the fight, which is very meaningful when you're playing Zenyatta. That's basically what you want to do. Just even if you're not getting picks, you should be pressuring the enemy team with damage and Discord. Put your harmony on someone. That's good. Tracer's the best target. Put it back at Tracer. You are not harmonying anyone right now. Put it back. We spam damage. We still don't have harmony on anyone. Careful, they have a Wither. Yeah. Maybe something in the stream. Doing damage is good. Your Ana needs a little bit of healing. You could give the harmony to anyone, and I would be happy at this point. Honestly, just give the harmony to someone. It's a free, like I said earlier, it's a free resource, and you're not getting enough value from it. In fact, you're not getting no value some fights. I know 30 healing per second is not a lot, but like for Ana, for Tracer, for McCree, it is a lot more meaningful than for Vayne and Zarya. Because for Vayne Zarya, 30 healing per second is like 5% and like 8%. But for McCree, it's like 15%. For Tracer, it's more like 20%. And for Ana, it's also like 70.5, something like that. Good grab. That's unlucky that McCree died, but we did grab pulls, which should get a kill. Nice. We push on this area, and yeah, Discord. If you have the trans, just use it. Great kill. Did we lose this? We somehow lose this, huh? Oh, they have grab, and they have trans. And they only have trans. With Discord someone. Okay, with Discord Zarya. We keep shooting. We could have, again, you're just a little late to save your Rhine. Again, I thought you were saving it for grab, which I think is the right idea. But you are going for trans like a second too late sometimes. If you're going to commit it to save your Rhine, commit it to saving your Rhine. If you're going to save it for grab, save it for grab. But you cannot be half-assed when an ultimate such as trans. If you're going to full hold them here, if your Rhine is trying to do this and you are committed to saving your Rhine, just use it and try to get your Rhine the most value possible. Like right now, I will be using trans. Like literally right now, because as soon as your Rhine uses armor, he's very killable. And yeah, he just dies immediately. And you could have saved him. But the problem is, at this point, when there is no saving him, you still invest the trans to try to save him. And it was a second too late. And maybe you did react to the grab. But yeah, I think you did react to the grab. Which, you know what, I take it back, it's fine. You didn't get anyone, but it's a good idea at least. But yeah, like I said, they have grab and trans, and now we can't kill anyone with trans. Harmony or DPS, yep. This Gordon Ball is okay, but we are shooting at a target that basically has 1000 HP. So we are not gonna kill him, we could be getting everyone else in the meantime. Like, I know target is easy to shoot, like, I know Wrecking Ball is an easy to shoot at target, but like, look at his health. Where does he pull his? He's got 800 HP, 200 of which do not give you ult charge. There is no reason for you to be shooting this guy who's never gonna die. Like, you're never gonna kill him by yourself. Just shoot the Zenyatta, shoot someone who's more likely to die to your shots. Again, it's not that you're getting no value, but it's that you could be getting more value a lot of the time. With Zenyatta, that comes in choosing the right target for your Discord. In this case, probably Zenyatta, probably Sari after the person is gone. Not Wrecking Ball with full HP, who's also the most mobile hero in the game. Having your Harmony always up. Ideally on your DPS, on your Ana, but even then, just having it on your Monkey, I'm fine with. Because at least then it's getting some value. Overall, I think you should be getting more value for the characters you play. And it changes depending on the character you're playing. Like on Lucio, like I said, your build is solid, but you're focused a lot on healing. Where with Lucio, the way you get the most value is with speed. Same goes for Zenyatta. With Zenyatta, you are focusing on the damage side of things, which is good, don't get me wrong, but we should be always trying to get the Discord out first. Like every fight, this is your most important thing. And keep your Harmony up, like every single second, because it's a free cooldown. Other than those, yeah, commit to trance. Just if you see your Rhine is low and you wanna save your Rhine, use it. If you're gonna save it for grab, like you did here, I'm fine with it. In the case, commit to your ultimates. And yeah, that's basically it. Alright, let's take a 3-minute break and I'll be back in like 3 minutes. Well, yeah, 3-minute break. Well, I'll be back in 3 minutes.